I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Still on justice for Mohbad. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention to this one. Pay attention from the beginning of it till the end. This is called bombshell. This will blow your mind. This is deep. On this justice, I said it. I knew it that we will definitely get there. It is all about action or inaction. That is all what this is all about. Action and inaction. And when to know when to strike. Yeah. When to strike. Very important. Very important. Now, Mohbad's father somehow was about to be incapacitated. Like they nearly shot Mohbad's father down. They nearly cut Mohbad's father down. They did not want Mohbad's father to take any action. In fact, they would have preferred that Mohbad's father shut his mouth up, keep his mouth shut, and do nothing. But because we kept pressing, perseverance, exactly, perseverance is what has brought Mohbad's father to where he is right now. But you know that there are people out there who believe that they can twist and manipulate. But that is not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is much more than what you think. Because what you're about to hear is deep. What you're about to hear is deep. In fact, same as Arise Television told Mohbad's father, it's time for you to take certain action. Yes, they sounded a bit off, but there are certain things that I picked from what they said. And that is what Mohbad's father, in fact, I think it's better I save it so that you listen for yourself from the beginning of it till the end. Listen and pay attention. This will shed light into the journey of justice for Mohbad, where we have gotten to. Wunmi, Mohbad's mother, Adura, Darosha, and Wunmi's family. You know, Wunmi has a brother that they said is in charge of Mohbad's account. Like, he works maybe as a cashier in the bank or something like that. This is a web. When I say web, just believe me that this web is a web of evil, web of wickedness, web of wickedness. And the only reason why this is possible is because Mohbad's mother decided to join forces. This is more like, let us solidify it together. Let us join hands together to wreck the effort for justice for Mohbad. The quicker we do it, the better for us. So we can harvest all that Mohbad worked for. It's all about what Mohbad worked for, the money. Mohbad stood as money to them. Nothing more, nothing less. Before we proceed further, please like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, return your subscribers. And those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. A special prayer to those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon and the dollar sign in the middle of it. May God bless you. If you want to be a blessing to this channel, you can as well tap on the same button. Let's get right into this one.
Have to do the second part of it. She told, everything from the beginning, how they didn't really believe in Mohbad to becoming a star, and some people in his bloodline, his name, her name is, Candy Star. I've seen her once with these Kardashians. Okay. They wanted to find out something, and she broke down everything they needed to know about their dad, And she said nobody really believed in Mohbad. He really didn't have any support. Like, they were kind of mocking him in the family, like, there he goes. I think that would be Darosha. You remember they said Darosha was the first person in their family to come out as somebody that is, prosperity prospects somehow. Until Mohbad came out, and she was writing something down and started joking. She said she's seen a dark hole, and that the dark hole, it's something like, it's very dark, and it's something that has to do with signature, like, she did it again, and then she started sneezing and said, yes, I think I know now, something like about a contract, So when I watched that, then I ran back online to tell some people that were giving credit to this is boss Naira Marley that don't believe him. You know, how can you all just come out like that and start praising Naira Marley all of a sudden? What happens for the past 10 months that we've been talking about this and Naira Marley hadn't come out? And now he's suddenly ready to help find what happened to Mohbad. You know, so this lady talked about contract and about big time money, you know, and that one of this is bloodline, Mohbad's bloodline, knows about this money, that he's wealthy, because he didn't really believe in him until he became a rapper. That was the name this woman, you know, used about Mohbad. That, but when Mohbad became a rapper, his glory started shining. And then jealousy, and the people that were around him, he thought they were like him. But unfortunately, nobody liked him. Nobody was there for him. And that the night that that thing happened, she mentioned a night, you know, that this thing happened on a night. And I'm coming. And, you know, something happened through things that she's seen injections. She's seen a nurse. Yes, she saw a nurse and she saw injections through veins intravenously, and that suddenly she herself became frozen. You know, and said it's like when someone became frozen and he could still hear what was going around him, that he wasn't gone. And he was trying to communicate outside, but his body was in a state of rigor mortis. It was frozen, you know, and that was when they decided to take him to a hospital. She mentioned a hospital. Go and see it, man, really. And then after that, when they got to the hospital, there was somebody in that hospital that knew about his coming. But she's not sure who this person is. And then she, you know, kind of deeper, and then she said, oh, wait. This is mean. This is very mean. What they are doing to him is very mean. They are mean people. And that this person that was there is not a doctor, it's not a nurse, but this person is in the know of what they had to do to Mohbad. And they passed over something to this person. And then they now injected this thing again into him. And still, Mohbad's spirit was still intact. He could hear everybody talking, but he was already frozen. And then she said something like throwing up. Remember they said he vomited? This woman said the same thing, that, oh, wow, this is mean. They did something to him that made him to start throwing up. After throwing up, his spirit was still in that he had a very strong spirit. He didn't want to go. He could still hear people talking like, don't, but they tried to put him in a box. And he was still telling them, I'm not dead, I just can't move, help me. And this person, another person came in, a man. He said, wow, this man is very terrible, very mean. You will watch it, man, you see. She said, wow, I'm even scared of this man. There is some diabolical kind of thing happening on his soul, like a soul collector. If you've watched that movie before, that's what she said. I've never seen soul collector before. She said this person is a soul collector. They were doing mean things to Mohbad's spirit, trying to collect his soul, but this guy was still fighting. And then suddenly he went into a dark space after they have put him in a box. And when they put him in the box, he could still hear everybody talking. And then she started choking again and said, wow, all her career life, she has never seen something terrible like this being done to someone. And that what Mohbad said last was that, I don't really deserve this. Because these people, he joined them, but when he discovered what they were doing, he decided to opt out. So they now put a dart, like, you know, all this dart game, they put it on his back, and it's coming from that contract that he signed. So they put that dart on his back, an arrow. He must go. He had to go. So that was from the time his trouble started. And if you all know what I'm talking about, that's what this American lady was saying. That you people will know what I'm saying. That all his woes started from the time he took that pen and signed a contract. Exactly. And that what he saw while signing, why he had already signed the contract, made him to regret why he never signed the contract. In fact, I could not sleep. I was feeling really just like the beginning when it just passed. I couldn't sleep for 3 days. I was always scared in my.
Can you send the video to me?
No, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. If you just type, let me type the name.
I watched it last week. I didn't finish it.
You watched it? You've
I personally do not believe that.
Yes, boss man. You know, I mean, if that lady could break down all these things like this, we should put 1 + 1 together. That all we've been saying from the beginning, it's exactly what happened to Mohbad. And that they used somebody. I don't know if you saw that aspect, boss man, when she said they used somebody to carry out this. It's like a hit. You know, since they placed a number on him, and they now use somebody close to him to carry out the hit on him. And that he would have survived if they did not take him to the hospital. That hospital. So which one are we going to believe? Is it the first hospital they went to or the second one they went to? You know, like you said earlier, is the whole system of Nigeria, because this case is so easy to solve, It's so easy.
Very.
If the police wanted to be involved, this guy already left a lot of traces, a lot of clues to what happens to him. How come suddenly they are jubilating on the mobile phone found? And I've been saying this, that someone typed as well, like, why can't one of the lawyers as well go to WhatsApp? And since 10 months, this should have been the first thing they should have even worked upon as an evidence, to try to trace his phone or to even get his messages. Like here in France, I live in France. Come on, as I'm talking to you, everything is being doctored. We cannot see anything, outside the box. They will find out. If you have a case in the future, they will bring it against you. So
please stop on the screen. Please stop on the screen and share, please.
Why can't the Nigerian authorities do that? So I believe it's high time Baba's legal team has to sue, the Nigerian police. They have to really sue them, because this is negligence, or it's not negligence, or it's a mean thing trying to cover up something. Then they will have a case from there. But as Baba said on Sunday, he said he's not ready for anything right now until he finds out what really took his son's life. That after that, he will be coming out bit by bit to to untie all the knots that's been tied already. So I believe that really this guy will get justice. It's just a question of time. It's a question of time. And now if they heard that this girl, the baby boy, so-called baby mama, is in possession of his phone, it's all out there. So will Nigerian police tell us now that they don't know that Wunmi has his phone? If our government can hear about someone being trying to be assassinated about 4 days ago, and they came online to talk about it, so how come about the one that is happening on the news? So I believe that all these things is tied, but I know that God is a God of vengeance. He will untie everything that is knotted. Everything will be released, and surely I believe it so much, man. I believe it. I even still had a dream about him that 3 days ago. He was on a bicycle in front of his house there. Yeah, with a casket. We call it casket. I don't know what you people call it. Wherever you live, it's a cap, a face cap. And he was smiling. He saw his house, and he was smiling. And I said, Mohbad, why are you smiling? He said, just leave them alone. Just that is gentle voice. Just leave them alone. I'm just smiling. He came on a bicycle to see his house, And then I was like, maybe because now he knows that people are kind of contemplating to put his house into the market, to sell it. It's such a very strange thing, man, that the whole of Nigeria, let me say the whole of Nigerian system are not interested into what took his life. There must be a very big secret under his phone. I think maybe even that was why they had to eliminate him, because if you remember that his voice note that he left, what happened to my phone? What happened to my WhatsApp? You don't really use, we share the same iCloud, right? Okay, is that what you want to use against me after you've all killed me, right? Okay, don't worry. I know you can't, they won't do anything to you, but I believe and I know that my God will judge you and you will never have peace. So maybe it's that thing this girl is using against the government, themselves. That okay, if I go down, you all go down.
Well, you heard what our guest said. This has always been what we've been talking about. How come? How come mobile phones of Wunmi and whoever it is that is around was not confiscated? Why were they left with their mobile phones? Why was action not taken on their mobile phones? And one will wonder what this is all about. And this sort of is kind of making people wonder, who is Wunmi? What is Wunmi? I do not want to accept the part of Wunmi holding any government on their jugular vein, or holding them somewhere. It's not possible. Wunmi is not holding them anywhere. It is not possible. Wunmi is too small for them. You all know what I'm talking about. Wunmi cannot say, if you do this, I will do this. It is not possible. Not in Nigeria. No, not in Nigeria. Wunmi cannot say, if you do this, I will do that. And she is walking on the surface of the earth in Nigeria. No, it's not possible. Wunmi can never hold any government or whoever to ransom. It's not possible. Is it that Wunmi is the daughter of the president and she is guarded and then she can say, no, it's not. It's just the irresponsibility of certain people and some forces working against Mohbad, both physically and spiritually. Those are just the thing. When I say physically, I mean the system that has been established for a long time, where things are done without care. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking of a system where the Secret Service police and the detention agency will fight after court process. That's what I'm talking about. They beat themselves, tear each other's clothes and all of that. So what else do you expect? The system has been shaped to only serve the so-called elite. That's how it is. Serve the elite, and if you have money to give to them. Politicians, that's what the system has been structured for. The system has never been structured to put people who are people in quote, people who they call inconsequential, meaning you don't have anything, like you are not important. You see,